this Selkirk shirt and the orange shorts. You've got Machelle Esquivel in the pink visor, black shirt, and gray shorts. That's Team West. On the other side, you've got Team East, which consists of Regina Franco, sponsored with Head Pickleball, and you've got home team favorite Vivienne David, who plays on this court on a regular basis. That's her. These are her courts. These are where she plays out of. So I'm going to let Byron talk real quick, and then we'll come right back with you.
It's Lindsey Newman from California. Also from California, Machelle Esquivel. To my right, out of Florida, we've got Regina Franco serving, and her partner in crime, Vivienne David.
All right, I've got a new special guest with me right now. Martina Coakley joining me for the first time this week. What's up?
Hi, I'm so excited, Scott. I cannot wait to commentate on this awesome match. We have some amazing tennis players also here, so this should be very interesting with the double-handed backhands.
For sure. We've got four ladies that love to utilize that two-handed backhand. They're all masterful at it. It's a beautiful shot to watch. And when all four ladies are able to do it, you're going to see a lot of pop, 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 fast exchanges. A lot of the balls going to be flying around the court. This is going to be, I think, a really exciting match. Team East, Regina and Vivienne, are up against fierce competition here. Lindsey and Machelle are amazing talents. Amazing talents here.
Couldn't agree more with you, Scott, here. We have one of the best defensive players in the business, I believe, which is Lindsey Newman.
Absolutely.
She's absolutely incredible how she picks up that two-handed backhand from such a low stance and is willing to defend, able to defend some really tough shots.
It's a thing of beauty to watch at the highest level, the ability to play defense like that and reset point after point until she gets that right shot to move up to the kitchen or to attack, right?
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Well, she plays very amazing mixed doubles with her brother Riley, and what they do so well in mixed, and obviously she executes right now, just right there. She resets so well, blocks from the middle, and understands that she must back off a little bit if she's on a defense till she gets she's able to get back in the court, back on that kitchen line.
And am I crazy for saying that? I feel like she's very comfortable hitting third shot, fifth shot, seventh shot, ninth shot. If it takes 15 shots to get there, she's comfortable and fine with that. Am I right?
Yes, she also takes time. She doesn't rush.
She's not in a rush at all.
She's not in a rush at all. No, she opens up that court very nicely for Machelle when she is trying to go for Ernie.
That's right. We did see an Ernie attempt right there.
Yes, we have. And here she goes with her blocks.
See, there's the defense.
Just amazing.
See, okay. That miss, I promise you, is because they realize they have to do a little extra to get that ball put away. That's just a little bit of an overhit by Regina. She will adjust that. She'll correct that. But I guarantee you, if they're feeling like they're up against a wall right now.
Yes, they are. I believe they feel they have to bring a little more extra to this match against strong hitters. And at this point, I feel like slowing down the ball would be a little more beneficial, even though right now Regina did a great job attacking Lindsey, but a little more beneficial to actually slow down the ball and maybe get into the dink rallies. And it might take it might take a little longer, but might not be as exciting as the going hard. Yes, just taking a little extra time.
Sure, but that's a strategy that they've got to work out between them right now when it's 5-3 and still close right now, figuring out what their game plan is going to be for the majority of the time on this clock, because like we've talked about for 2 days now, it's a 20-minute clock, right, Martina? So you're not playing a game like traditionally to 11.
No.
We're not just competing against the opponent. But at some point, if you're down, you're competing against the clock.
Yes, you are, and that causes possibly just a little bit of anxiety when, as a player, we're looking at the time, and is there going to be a timeout called out? Obviously, at the right moment, whoever's up and takes advantage of that. But yes, it's definitely different. Not how we usually play.
And you can see like the pressure mounting and building as the time winds down. Like if the game's within 2 to 3 points, it really gets exciting for us as viewers and fans because we're watching the intensity really pick up. And then on the flip side of that coin, right? If you're the team that's winning under 3 minutes, you might burn a timeout.
Exactly.
Little gamesmanship, right?
Yes.
We can't use our timeouts under 2 minutes.
No, we cannot.
So it's actually kind of cool to watch these strategies play out in front of us.
I could not agree more. Yes, it's exciting. It's sort of on the edge when it comes closer to that maybe 3-4 minute mark. And you can definitely see some of the players speed up the game.
Where maybe they
possibly.
traditionally may not.
May not, exactly.
Yeah.
Take more time. So that's a big difference.
Absolutely. Even in the interview, Johnny Pickleball said at down 9-8, he said, I would normally just keep dinking at that point, but I felt like I needed to push the pace because the time was running out.
Didn't have time for the extra point. I agree.
I love that element because it's for the fans, it's very exciting to watch.
It's very exciting.
Oh, there's another Ernie attempt by Lindsey.
Yes, it is.
Why do you think she feels comfortable jumping to those Ernies when she's playing with Machelle?
I feel maybe sometimes just to basically open up the court and give an opportunity to attack from the middle that Machelle is obviously very capable of doing and does a very good job with that two-handed backhand.
So
to the
basically
middle.
you're saying she trusts her partner to cover
that
when she
middle.
goes to that Ernie.
Yes.
Regardless of if they actually hit the ball to her or not, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
But sometimes she might get lucky. Sometimes like it's a little faster pace and she might right now amazing taking charge of the court.
She sure did right there.
Coaching. Yes, she did. Just get lucky possibly on an Ernie and the ball comes back to her. Especially if you see your opponent looking down a lot to that ball or pushing them in that corner.
So for somebody that's never really been around pickleball or doesn't hit Ernie's, elaborate a little bit on that. You're saying when you hit a shot to your opponent, you're watching for what I call like an indicator, right?
Yes, I would. If I see that we're going down the line, we're dinking down the line, they don't move me a lot. I try to move them into the corner, and when they look down for the ball, it's hopefully just the right time. The right timing, what I'm still as a player trying to execute and see when I can jump in.
That's when you attack on the Ernie.
Yes, however, a lot of players, just like Lindsey, we just try to push the ball off of us and put it to the middle, give our partner an opportunity to attack or to just change the pace, change direction.
That makes sense. So sometimes that's a great put away right there by
shot.
Regina. I like that Regina's settling in a little bit and playing her game because, to be honest, she comes from racquetball. That's her background. She's a very young professional in our sport age-wise. She's only like 21, 22 maybe?
No,
22?
I think she's 24.
24? Okay.
24. But she is, just a racquetball champion.
Right. She
She's
comes
got
from
quick hands.
Absolutely.
Amazing execution by Machelle.
Goodness. There's a little extra on that one.
A little extra on that one.
But I guess what I was saying, right, and I think you would agree, like if you come from a racquetball background, I mean, that's all they do is hit the ball hard. So that kind of plays into her strength.
They do, yes and no at times, because there is definitely a little bit more of a wrist movement in the racquetball. So sometimes you can tell at practice, because I have an opportunity to practice with her here in Florida sometimes.
Absolutely.
And you can see she must have to do a couple of adjustments with her wrist, but she changes quickly.
She's
so
adapted really well.
She's just such a great athlete. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
For sure. All right, so it was 5-5 at the side out. Now Team West is taking a 4-point advantage here. We're coming up close to the 11-minute mark. They're going to switch sides at 10 minutes. It's good defense right there. See,
Good
again,
try.
I think some of these unforced errors like that are just because the team against Regina and Vivienne are getting everything back. So
Yes, they
you
are.
have to do a little more.
A little more. You have to look for the right opportunity and not to go for too much when you do get the opportunity.
Absolutely.
And
Which I
just expect the ball to come back, especially with Lindsey. The ball is always
Sure.
going to be coming
And
back.
Michelle's right there with it, right? I mean, Lindsey's phenomenal with the.
Well, that was an incredible point.
Okay.
Yes.
So there you go. Regina's not scared of a firefight,
No,
is she?
not at all. I feel Machelle and Lindsey are such a great combo because Michelle's offense is so great, and then the Lindsey's defense,
Correct.
it's so strong. So they really complement each other.
I agree 100%. And then Lindsey also has that poaching ability and Ernie ability. Like she's really got the full package, I believe, of the next generation or phase of pickleball players coming into our sport.
Oh, yeah, she definitely does. And what was really fun to see, I just played a tournament with both of them in New Jersey, and watching Machelle do the same in women's doubles, poaches a lot,
Okay.
was just incredible to see.
Yeah, Michelle's a phenomenal athlete too.
Incredible strokes.
But let's also not forget about the team on the other side.
Yes, let's
Vivienne is born and raised in a tennis family. She's
Yes,
been
she
around tennis
is.
since her young days, 3-4 years
Yes.
old.
With a pickleball and a tennis court in
Absolutely.
a backyard.
There you go.
Amazing. Vivienne's an amazing tennis player.
Absolutely. So you have a lot of high pedigree in this game right here. I think clearly on paper, it's safe to say that Lindsey and Machelle are maybe the more experienced veteran team. Maybe safe to say that they're the favorite in this match going in on paper. But the thing, Martina, that I love about pickleball the most is the things you can't factor on paper. It's heart, determination, grit. Those are the things that we get to see played out in real life, not on paper. So I even get chill bumps thinking about it, right? Like when you see an underdog team come out firing and, just gritty, that's what, as fans, what we love, right?
Yes, and that's why, I mean, they are professional athletes. There's not a point that's not played to 100%.
That's right.
And you don't quit to the last point. Even like yesterday, we've seen mana matches when teams were down by a lot of points, but it was not over until the last point was played, even though the time was essential.
Absolutely.
But that's just great to see, yes. Being hungry for the extra.
And that's something you can't really teach. Like, that stuff is just in you or it's not, right?
Agree.
Like, the lion or lioness in you, you're right, that doesn't get taught. You can't learn that at a pickleball camp, right? I mean,
I agree that you cannot teach someone to be to go an extra mile.
sacrificing their body and their will to try to go one extra point or get that side out when you're down by 7 or 8 with 2 minutes left.
I agree.
I mean, that's what I think drew me to this sport the most, was that it's the people of pickleball that are so special, and then you find these amazing talents like you and all these ladies, and then all the guys and girls that are playing in this that have this extra bit of like heart in them that you literally can't measure that stuff.
Yes, they do. I could not agree more. And that's why it's so much fun to watch. And that was an amazing attack by Regina, but unfortunately didn't set up Vivienne very well.
And that ball did sail wide, right?
Yes, it did.
All right, they still have another chance here with the second serve to try to make some runs.
They sure do. They still have enough time.
Oh,
That was so
that's
unfortunate.
That's one of those roles with this type of net. This is basically an outdoor net that's basically not cemented into the ground, but it's basically the same
It's
thing,
an
right?
outdoor. And you know what? This facility, Pickleball Global, just recently got this new net because I have a privilege to practice here with John at Pickleball.
You're about, what,
And
2 hours?
I'm about 2 hours from here, yes, in Miami. So it's totally worth the drive. Playing with
sure.
amazing players. But the net is brand new. So before we had the indoor setup net, and this is an awesome net.
It
I
really
love it.
is. But and that's why I brought that up, is that, what an around the post.
What
That was a phenomenal shot by Regina right there.
Amazing. Way to go, Regina.
There's no quit in these girls, right?
No, they're not done.
They're
They're
not
not
done.
close to done.
That was unbelievable composure by Regina right there to hit that backhand around the post for a winner. You see the energy coming out right there.
Yes.
That's the fire that you
There's
want to see. Now, I felt like Vivienne should have probably gotten a little closer to the kitchen when Regina started ripping right there.
Yes.
But again, they've not played much together. I mean, I know they have
not.
some, but you're talking about they're playing against two people who just played a big tournament out in Washington together, who have worked out some of those kinks prior to this. So this is, I mean, again, there's 6 minutes. There's plenty
of time.
12-2.
It might feel, talk to the viewers watching, like when you're down 6 to a team like them, it might feel like an uphill battle, but really doesn't pickleball can change in an instant?
It can change so quickly. I honestly don't really look at the score that much ahead. Yes, it's in the back of my mind. However, I really just take it one by one because I feel being afraid of the scoreboard and just constantly be looking at, oh my gosh, I am 3, 4, 5, like 10 points behind. It's really not doing me any good.
It's hurting your mental game too, because if you're down, you're thinking, oh my gosh, we're down.
I have to hurry up and get back where I need to be. And sometimes people tend to get a little tight, and that's totally me. I'd get tight. But if, like, these players look like they're playing for this point right now, they're grinding hard.
They're not thinking about it's 6-12 right now.
Not
They're
at
thinking
all.
win this point.
I mean, just
like that right
incredible
there.
shot made by Vivienne.
Talk to us real quick about what happened. It looked like Lindsey got out wide, and Machelle didn't quite get over enough to cover to that middle, and Vivienne was able to hit that ball, right?
I agree. So in this point, there was just a lot of fast balls, and maybe they didn't reset well. They went for the winning shots right away. If there's an opportunity, which sometimes it's really hard to slow down that pace.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
like one of the
yes.
hardest things to do.
I don't think people watching realize how difficult that is against people at this level, players at this level.
Yes, to slow down, it might seem easy, but this is really hard. Awesome shot made by Regina. That ball went in.
It also played out like we thought with the two-handed backhands being ripped across court to each other.
Yes, exactly.
So what happened there was forehand to the backhand of Lindsey. Lindsey hit a backhand to Vivienne's backhand. Vivienne ripped a forehand. A shot to the forehand. So that's how we are seeing this stuff playing out.
Second server.
A lot of cross courts, that's for sure.
6-13-2.
Oh, there's another one of those rolls.
Oh, man, that was so unfortunate. Yes.
That is. And going back to what we were talking about with the net, this net is a little stiffer, a little tighter. And if you do get on top of that net cord, a lot of times it will fall over.
It will. And then, yes, you have that pole on the bottom, too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the
Yes.
pole at the bottom. So for anybody watching, if that ball rolls over Martina and hits the bar, that's a let now, correct?
Yes, and we redo.
It used to be live off the bar, one bounce.
Yes.
But January 1st, I believe that rule changed.
That rule
to a let,
changed.
which I agree with that rule. I like that
Yes.
rule. Because it can change the way the ball bounces. After
Exactly.
It hits. So that's why. All right, so we're
6-13-1.
6-13. They've got the ball back. They're down 7, correct?
They
7?
are down 7.
With just under 3 minutes. Talk to the viewers about a strategy right now that they need to try to implement to get this game to where they can either hit a sudden death or maybe even take the lead.
Try to utilize the middle right now. Possibly get into the dinking rallies if there's a possibility of those. Right now, Lindsey is thinking more, but this was great execution.
They're feeling it right now, aren't they?
They definitely are.
Okay, now we're seeing some stacking. Regina's forehand to
I
the
know
middle.
they made some changes. Yes, because Regina is a really good player. I think she's trying to take the middle a little more in this case.
Yeah. She's
Yes.
wanting to put her forehand to that middle to be maybe the more aggressive style of play
Yes.
for their team.
8-13-2.
I agree. And Vivienne is a really good dinker cross court with her forehand. Her dinks are really low and actually have a lot of spin on it.
Okay.
So her dinks are not just regular dinks when she goes cross court. She's dinking right here with, here she is looking for the Ernie.
So I'm a little curious right now and actually kind of intrigued. They're going at Lindsey right now instead of Machelle.
Maybe they're changing a little.
Maybe it's because Michelle's more offensive by nature, and maybe they don't want to get into those firefights with Machelle.
Yes, I think that was a great change of strategy. I agree.
It's working too.
I agree.
All right, we're down under a minute 20 here now.
Yeah.
This is what we talked about early. Now the clock becomes a factor.
clock
It's
becomes-
it's the extra opponent.
Yes, it sure is. And no one has taken a timeout just yet.
And
Both teams have 2 timeouts.
that's right, but now they can't use them.
No, they cannot. It's under 2 minutes.
So this is where I'm curious, like just putting pace on the ball right now as
That is
early in the point as possible. It's not reckless, right, Martina, but controlled aggression, meaning any ball you get an opportunity to speed up at this point, you might want to push pace because they're working against the clock.
I agree. You do not want to have a 30-shot dink rally right now.
At this point, because it may work against you.
That's an amazing
there's that
shot.
forehand rule that
Yes.
you're talking about with
Just
Vivienne.
absolutely awesome.
That was so natural for her to just roll that ball right past
really
Michelle's
was.
forehand. Okay, now it's a game here. See,
Okay, it is a game.
the only issue right now
It
is
is
it's down
time.
to 22 seconds.
Yes, it is.
They cannot sit back there and they've got to get up there and
They're gonna
control.
get it. Yes. Playing under pressure, trying to finish the point as quickly as possible.
literally
which
right
is really
now-
hard right now.
All they're doing on the other side is trying to keep the ball
Yes,
away.
exactly.
All right, so that's
That's
gonna end it right
it.
there. You
Unfortunately.
know what? Kudos
That was a great
to
match.
Pete right there for bringing us. Oh, we were wanting some Pete. All right, guys. Here we go. We're going to switch up the format just a little bit. We traditionally would interview the winners first. I think they're getting a drink of water or something. Talk to us real quick. You guys kind of got down early in that, but you hung tough. You kept that game close, and you made a huge push at the end there. You just fought against the clock, and the clock ran out. I think that game was being pushed hard by you guys. Is that right?
That's totally correct. Well, that's what I felt, right? We were so like getting into the moment and it's just like finished. But I mean, it was fun.
The time just ran out, but nonetheless, I had a blast. It was so much fun to play. It's just great experience. It's fun to play with Regina, and then our competitors were really good. I mean, it's
the very first time that we played together and we just click, right? It was good chemistry. I think that is an important thing in doubles. So
That's awesome. I loved watching that matchup right there. Like I said, you do have to fight against the clock if you're down at the end. It's a cool part of the format. I think it makes a great viewing experience for the people watching. You guys fought tooth and nail to the very end. I love that about you guys. Incredible competitors. Thank you so much, guys. All right, now we've got Machelle and Lindsey coming on. We did this in reverse here. Usually we would get the winners first. I think Lindsey was tied up for just a second. Guys, congratulations. You guys came out on top right there. You guys make a very, very good team together. Talk to us what it took right there to get that job done.
We just tried to get as many balls in play as we could. They were a really, really tough team, and they got a lot of stuff back. So we just made sure we had good shot selections and tried to tee off when we could. But they were tough. We were nervous for a little bit, I think.
Michelle, talk to us real quick about the people watching, about the time clock and how that plays into the factor of the game when you guys are up by 2 or 3 or 4 at the end.
Yeah, I asked Lindsey, should we take a timeout? This is like our last opportunity to take one just to kind of regroup because they are coming back. But we held our own. We stayed strong, and we pulled through against a really tough team. So it was a lot of fun.
Guys, that was awesome to watch. The viewers loved it. Thank you guys so much, and great job.
Welcome to Tennis and Pickleball US in Bonita Springs, Florida, where you can get the latest paddles, rackets, shoes, accessories, and clothing.
We've got over 4,000 square feet of nothing but pickleball and tennis.
One of the best parts about our store is that you can try out anything you'd like on the court or in the hitting lane behind us. Make sure it's something that you like. Maybe you're here on vacation, you decide you want to purchase something later, you can always visit the online store as well.